Hello. If you want to increase your hair growth and reach your hair growth goals, you are going to have to work on hair growth from the inside out and also learn how to retain and keep the hair that you see. So it is about stimulating faster hair growth, and then it is about preserving the hair that grows out. One of the best ways to preserve your hair strands is to do protein treatments. Okay, protein is your friend. There is no need to be afraid of protein treatments because number one, they are temporary, and number two, your hair is already protein. But your hair is a fiber, and just like fibers, they wear out after a time, especially with all of the styling and things that we and strong like gels and products that we apply on our hair gets worn down. You might can't see it, but it does. That's why, sometimes the ends will be thin, depending on how often you might cut your hair, or trim your hair. Your ends will be thinner because the ends have less protein. They've been on your head the longest. Okay, so we have to go in there and reinforce our hair strands. And the way that you do that is by adding more protein back to the hair to replace the protein loss. And I'm going to give you two good ways to do it. Now, the first one is my number one way. Number one, okay, because I don't play when it comes to breakage. Because if you want to retain long length, you've got to get a handle on breakage. You've got to learn about length retention. If you don't know how to keep the hair that you grow, then your hair is growing, but it doesn't look like you're getting anywhere because it's snap, crackle, and popping off, just as fast as your hair is growing. So then you say, oh, my hair grows slow, or my hair never grows, or I never reach my goals. That's because it's popping off through manipulation and styling and products. It's your regimen. Okay, so protein is one of the ways. To me, it is the major way for you to fortify your individual strands and keep them on your head the longest. Okay, so now this is what protein does. Okay, I want you to think of protein treatments like, have you ever had a temporary hair color? Temporary color where you apply the color and it like washes out over time. Okay, it's not permanent, but it's just coating the outside with the color. So the color fades every time you wash it. That's what simple protein treatments do. They're not permanent, so you don't have to be afraid of them. Okay, now, be careful of the terminology. There are lots of treatments out there, professional treatments that are like, they'll call them like keratin treatments, in which you're using high heat with the flat iron, and you want to go into a salon for that. That's not what I'm talking about. I say stay away from those because those will permanently alter your hair strands the same way a relaxer will do it. Okay, but they'll present it to you as something that's, a healthy alternative, but it's not if you want to stay natural. Okay, so my first suggestion is number one, allow protein to be your friend, because it is your friend when it comes to keeping the hair on your head for the longest. Okay, this one I'm going to recommend is an oldie but goodie. It is the Apogee 2-step treatment. Now, please forget a bottle, because this treatment is sticky and it is messy. And, see, I use my stuff. You see that? Just me using it, so it's okay. But this is the Apogee 2-step. Okay. Now, almost every product that we use has some protein in it. Why? Because they know that we need that reinforcement. Okay, so you're not getting away from protein and stuff. But when we're talking about a protein treatment, like a true protein, this is what we're talking about. Okay, this is pure, this is protein, no moisture. Okay, so this treatment, you want to follow the instructions that the manufacturer gives you, okay? The instructions come with it. They'll be all taped to it and stuff, okay? And follow those instructions, all right? If you need additional help, you can go to my website, ColeyQueensRock.com, or you can ask me questions down in the comment section. But I always say follow the manufacturer's instructions because they created the product, okay? The only thing that I would probably say to not follow is that you don't necessarily have to get their other products, all right? I don't use, when I first started using it, I bought all of their products that they recommended, but I don't really like anything else besides this one. I don't find that it's necessary. You just want to have a good, deep moisturizing, deep conditioner because this is just the protein. So what it's going to do is to go in there and strengthen and fortify each of your individual hair strands. This is formulated that when you put it on, okay, once it coats your hair, and I'm gonna let you see like how this looks. Let me pour a little bit out. What's in this? Okay, so as I'm getting my little bowl ready here, because I want you to see how it looks. Because a lot of times you're buying protein treatments. These manufacturers, they'll say protein treatment or protein conditioner. A protein conditioner is not the same as this protein treatment. When it comes to breakage, if your hair is breaking bad, you don't want to. You want a straight up protein treatment. If I can even get this open. It's really, really sticky. And it doesn't smell that great either. But it's very liquidy. It's not a conditioner. Okay. You see, that's how it looks when it comes out. It almost looks like an oil, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a liquid. Doesn't smell the best, but it's not a creamy conditioner. Okay. Affinity 2-step. Okay, they have a 2-step system. Like I said, follow their instructions. This baby right here will go in there and take care of that breakage, and it's good for maintenance. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. You can use it once a month, once every 4 weeks. It's going to wear off every day, the same as it would like, temporary color. So it's not permanent. But what it does, it goes in and it coats, you apply this all over your hair like you would do a relaxer, okay? And it coats each individual hair strand. It sticks to it. You're not going to be able to see it, but you apply it, okay, according to the manufacturer's instructions. Especially if, when you have fine hair, like, see how fine my hair is? My hair is fine. It's 4C. Well, I just messed up my little bit of definition I did have. I just took it all out. But it's 4C, but it is very fine. Meaning my individual strands are thin, okay? My density is medium, but the individual strands, okay, are thin. So that is fine hair. So protein is my friend, okay, along with the good regimen. So you take this protein and you're going to coat all over your hair. You're going to follow the manufacturer's instructions. It will dry on your hair hard. I mean, it will be hard. You sit under a dryer and allow it to dry hard, and then you rinse it out. Once again, you follow the manufacturer's instructions. But after you use a treatment like this 2-step treatment, you've got to go in and apply some moisture. This is the strengthen, and now you've got to moisturize it, okay? That's important. Otherwise, your hair is going to be hard, and it might be so hard that it pops instead of stretch. Hair it needs to be strong, but it also needs to have elasticity. It needs to stretch a certain amount and be able to go back into its original shape. Okay, your hair shouldn't stretch and just stay there all stretched out of place like a balloon that's had air in it for a long time. When the air comes out, the balloon is misshapen, okay? Your hair shouldn't do that. If it does, that's a sign of damage, okay? So strengthen and then add moisture, okay? This is the one that I recommend. Let me pour, look, this is liquid gold right here, so let me pour it back in the container. Because I'm telling you, I have at least 2 treatments left in this bottle. Protein is friend, okay? Protein is friend to retaining length. Now, if you're saying, well, Miss V, I want something, more natural. I don't really want to use this one. Okay, this is the number one if you have a hard time with breakage. Okay, but if your hair breakage is not bad, if it's mild to moderate, you can go with something, more natural. Try to sit up, my butt hurting. Okay, so this is a more natural source that you can use, but it's not vegan. So those of you that are vegan, this was not for you, but this is more natural. This is plain old gelatine. Okay, I love this one. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, except this is going to be in a powder. Okay, I want to keep it from going all over me. There we go. Let's scoop some out, you see? Like Jell-O, but plain Jell-O. Okay. I just did 3 tablespoons just for this demonstration. You want to use as much hair as you have. Maybe start with like a half a cup or a fourth of a cup. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. And this one gels fast. It doesn't have to sit up. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator. This one does. I've had other ones that didn't gel that quickly. In that case, I put it in the refrigerator so it can get, I like it to be like a gel consistency, not like liquidy. Okay. But however you can. So we'll pour that water in there. And you want to stir it fast. This one you want to stir fast. And you want to be ready. So before you add protein to your hair, you want your hair strands to be clean of all product so that the protein will adhere to your hair strands. The same way with the Affinity, any protein treatment that you're using. But you see how thick it's getting? It looks like applesauce. Okay, it gets thick really quickly. This particular brand does. See that? Easy, and it's inexpensive. I can't remember how much I paid for that nice size jar, but I paid a lot. But you see how it gets thick quick? I don't want it that thick. If it's that thick for you, which we don't want it that thick. I mean, it's still spreadable, but I don't want it that thick. So I just add some more water. Okay. So you want to start with a little water because, of course, you can always add more water. If you add too much water and it's watery, then, of course, you will have to add more gelatin. I like it to be like a gel consistency. You just want it to be spreadable. Okay, once you get it mixed up, see, this is clumpy. I don't want it to be clumpy, so let me add more water. There we go. So I want to stir quickly. You want it to be free of all lumps. So we would keep stirring until all the lumps was out, or for those that you'd like to pull out your blenders and mixers, you can do that. You can also use some warm water will help it to blend faster. This water I have is just room temperature. It's actually probably cold because it's a little cold in this room. Okay, so you just want to stir it until you get it to like a gel consistency, and you want to coat all of your hair with it, okay? Coat all of your hair. You can set it under dryer, allow it to dry hard on your head. Allow it to sit on your head and dry hard. When it becomes hard, after about an hour or so, then you want to rinse it out, and then you want to add moisture. You want to add deep conditioner. This is for mild to moderate breakage. A good thing to use for maintenance. Okay, but if your hair is breaking really bad, or if like you're using this for because you have color, or or you have a relaxer or some other chemical in your hair in which your hair is compromised, then you want to get you something like the Affigy. Because I don't play when it comes to breakage. You want to stop the breakage before it starts, because prevention is always going to be better than cure. So I'm going to stop stirring here, but you see how mine has clumps? You don't want that. Okay, so warm water would keep it from having clumps. And then as soon as you get it to like a gel or like an applesauce type consistency, then you're going to paint it on your head and do, the instructions the way I previously stated. All right. Protein is your friend. Get familiar with protein, and don't be afraid of it. Used in the right way, it will help you retain long lengths, and your hair won't go snap, crackle, and popping so quickly. And you'll be able to grow your hair to mid-back length, waist length, hip length, even knee length. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and God bless you.